So let's deconstruct Marichyasana A. The way I'm going to show you how to do Marichyasana A is a way that's different from anything you might see in a book, or different than anything that's taught by a traditional teacher, and here's the reason why. When you look at how this pose, all the poses have been handed down in the different traditions from India. Take Iyengar, for example, father of modern yoga, he's called. His teacher was Krishnamacharya. And Krishnamacharya looked at Iyengar and taught him the way that he thought Iyengar needed to be taught so that he could get the most out of his practice. I believe Krishnamacharya was probably a man of great vision and wisdom, because also among his pupils was Pattabhi Jois. Pattabhi Jois, the father of Ashtanga in the modern world. And it's a world away from Iyengar-style yoga. And Krishnamacharya taught both of these people how to practice. And they took those teachings, and that's what they imparted to the world. So, these are two people, Pattabhi Jois and Iyengar, from the same culture. And they come to the same teacher and get completely different teachings. So how do you think Krishnamacharya would react to someone from our culture coming and asking for, how do I do my yoga practice? Our culture is completely more sedentary than theirs. Our culture is completely more overweight. Our culture has a lot more muscle mass. We're a lot better fed, quite frankly. And our bodies are different. We're a culture of sitting in chairs. We're a culture of sitting at desks. A culture of riding in cars. To just blindly take the way that one of these men was taught 60, 70 years ago and think that that's the way that's appropriate for us, well, it doesn't work for me. So I'm going to show you how I get the most out of this pose. Marichyasana A. Exhale, reach the arm across, and instead of reaching around to clasp, keep the arm facing forward. And take this hand, hold on to the shin, and you can snug your armpit around your shin. And then press with the bent arm. Press. So what that does is it works your serratus anterior, and that holds you in the pose. So you're strengthening your upper back. Relax the neck. Take that out of the pose. And then work we call it active ankle. So you're flexing the foot, and in this position, when you flex the foot, it brings the knee forward. It's bringing the top of the foot up toward the shin. So you're flexing. So now you're engaging both serratus anterior by pressing and the shin muscle. This hand, with your wrist, not with your fingers if possible, but with your wrist, hold around the outside of the foot. Now this foot, active ankle on this foot, so you're pulling the outer edge of the foot back toward the lower leg. And you hook the wrist around and pull your torso longer. So as you're pulling the torso longer, you're lengthening the spine, and then you reach the elbow down. Reach it down strong. If you're on the floor, press it down into the floor, and that strengthens serratus anterior on the other side. Finally, engage your quad. It's kind of like you're trying to lift the leg off the floor, and not by hyperextending your knee, but engaging to lift the whole thing off the floor. Because the only thing that brings your leg closer to your torso is engagement of the thigh, contraction of the thigh. So this needs to be strong in order to get down there. It doesn't have anything to do with your hamstring openness. So in order to combat the weakness we have in our back, you work your serratus. In order to combat the weakness we have in our legs, you turn on your quad. In order to combat the weakness we have in our back, you pull length into your back because it's tired of being crushed. Give the discs some space. Marichyasana A.